Hello everybody and welcome back to All the Mod 6. Today, we get a bit fancy with magic, but functional magic, in Botania. And we create ourselves a terrasteel. I hope you enjoy. So today, I think it's about time we start Botania. But before we do that, we have a plague doctor here, and I did get off the plague doctor before a plague tome, which it says here, transforms a plague doctor into the Black Death. Now, I don't know where we want to do this. I guess right here is actually okay. I didn't want to do it near the bees, but the fact that he's moved over here, I think it's okay. So, let's transform him into the Black Death and kill him quickly, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to do this again. Oh, what? He moved. Get back here. I'm trying to turn you into the Black Death. There we go. And now we just kill him. Oh, there's another guy here. And we got plague rats. And we've got the plague, but it didn't do anything to us. And we got the plague tome back. And we got his scythe and mask. Okay, was that it? Can we do it again? Let's do it again. Damn, that sound is horrible. And we got another one back. So it seems we seem to get it every time that we kill him. We get it back. But I could have swore we should have got more off him, but anyway. We got Black Death Sight, which turns into Plague Essence, but I'm not going to. Someone's Plague Clouds on attack. It actually does quite a bit of damage, 13. We got the plague, but I think if we eat this, has a chance to has a 10% chance to get rid of the plague. One of these should get rid of the plague. Wow, really? Nothing? And I have tried picking them up with a mob imprisonment tool. It doesn't seem to be working anymore. So rats, I do have something that does get rid of it. Where is it? I know I have something. Yeah, okay. Plague Leech, get rid of it. What's walking around here? Oh, more rats. Okay. Well, so, yeah, that was an interesting start. But before we do anything, I have set up this. I've added an ender chest onto it. But you can see there is a rat inside the hopper. The hopper, well, what I had before is if I grab our sacks here, I have sacks full of rats. Now, I think 23 is the safe point. But what I was doing is I was putting the rats on top of this and the rats on top of this. And as you can see, this is flying through our copper. And if I open this, you can see the numbers dropping like crazy in here. So this thing is actually running super fast. As you can see, there's not enough transfer rate where these rats come in. So the transfer rate flies up and you can see all the particles. So this thing is actually like going through. You can see the hopper can barely keep up. Actually, no, it's keeping up now. But the numbers are gone crazy. You can see the numbers are flying down. That's how fast this thing is processing our ores. And I have it going for a while. If we search ore, you can see we have like 30,000 of like every ore. So our machines over here can barely keep up. If you check over here, they're full, they're full, they're full, and they're just slowly going through. They're not even fast enough. But our frame rate has been really bad since over here, so that's why I've picked up most of them, so that I don't have to worry about my frame rate being so bad. So I just want to let it just do its thing slowly now, because having this bad of a frame rate is not fun. There we go. It's still bad, but it's not as bad with all the rats there. So with that, we can store them away, and today we can start on Botania. So you might remember last episode I did show you that little hole we were digging down here. I've decorated it out, and I think it looks pretty good. It's just random coloured leaves, and I've just planted flowers everywhere, which most of these flowers will be getting removed because I need to, well, put stuff where they are. But instead of torches, I've gone for the Ars Novu lights, which look pretty good in here. So where we're going to start putting stuff in here, first of all, we need to actually make what we need. So what we need, if we search at Botania, is, of course, we have all the flowers. Oh, goddamn! Our mana bees have been producing a ton of this blacker lotuses. Damn! I wasn't expecting to have that much of it. Yeah, and of course with the bees, they've been going strong, and I have upgraded the apiary now to a tier 4. I haven't added any new bees, but this has been going as a tier 4. But one thing I did know, or find out, is if you put rats on top of it, it will put the time of the bees in there for like 2 seconds. They're back out instantly. So having the rats on top of the beehive will just increase our rate of production. Like, I don't even know how much. Yeah, another plague doctor. Jeez, I go from having no plague doctors to so many of them. Anyway, we don't need him right now. But because of that, if we look up comb, we have thousands of it. And I've actually gone through nearly all of the other combs. So next episode, we are going to set up a upgraded centrifuge. So if we look up like at resourceful bees, we have to make this centrifuge controller and centrifuge casing. But you can actually upgrade this to elite casing and to an elite controller, which will in turn do even more comb at a time, and it will go way faster. Now down here, I have set up a area to do it. So I've actually added an elevator here. And in here, we're going to have about 4 centrifuges on this side and 4 on this side. And that should be enough to keep up with our demand. So to get started in Botania, we're going to need a petal apothecary, which is just made out of cobblestone and any type of petal. Where we're going to put this, I'd say just over here, because I'm also going to need to grab some buckets of water, which we don't have any, so I need to go grab some water, and we'll make an infinite water source in here. So over here, we'll just put water right here. Makes an infinite water source, and we'll put the petal apothecary right here. So if we remove these, I might have to put a new torch down. But if we grab ourselves, well, first we're going to need to make pure daisies. Now, pure daisies, if I look back at Botania, pure daisy, I think it's just as simple as just white flowers. So if we just grab ourselves a bunch of white petals and some seeds, we're going to need seeds, and we're also going to need another bucket because we need to put water inside the pot of apothecary. But if we grab more seeds, I need to grab at 4. If we put a bucket of water in here, put 1, 2, 3, 4, put a seed, we get a pure daisy. Now this pure daisy will turn wooden logs. So if we grab some logs, the spruce logs will do grand, and we grab ourselves some stone. I think it's just actual stone. There we go. As you can see, we have a ton of cobblestone because I'm actually still mining out the mining dimension. And also, we've got about 400 nether stars. Our wither bee has been going great. And with this many nether stars, we can only fill up the entire bee area with tier 4 apiaries. But anyway, that's not what today is. So we need to make at least 4 apiaries, and if you have if you fill up and put an empty hand, we can actually well, you should be able to. With an empty hand, should be able to right click this, and there we go. Now we can do it. So fill it, right click, dump. There we go. So pure daisies, 4 of them. So what we do with these is just clear a bit of area. We don't need that torch. So with the torch gone, we can put these down like this, 2 spaces apart. Like this. Wait, no, this guy here. And now we get some stone and just surround it with the stone. Actually, I can move it over one more. I'll move this one over. There we go. So that way, the 2 of these get processed now as well. So, pure daisy here. And then with the same with spruce logs. Or any log for that matter. It doesn't have to be spruce. There is a way we can automate this then with our refined storage system, but there's no point doing that just yet unless we're going to do some mass Botania stuff. But today all I want to do is get set up with a simple mana production. So once this is turned into living rock, we'll be able to go ahead and make ourselves a mana pool. But before we also make a mana pool, we do also need to make a mana splitter. Now we have mana steel, only a small bit of it, but a mana splitter will split the mana between 4 mana pools. So this roughly takes about a minute. There you go. You can see now it's starting to change. So because we moved this flower over, these ones should change any second now as well. Well, they should. There we go. Now it's changing. So now all the living rock has changed. We can just mine it up and then place down even more stone. There we go. And now the wood is also changing. There we go. And then just place more wood down. There we go. So with that, we can then make ourselves our mana splitter. And we can also make ourselves 4 mana pools. Now, I think we only have enough for 2. Yeah, okay. So to get started with this, we also need to make a mana spreader. Now, a mana spreader is just living rock, a piece of gold, and a different type of petal. We could use any type of petal. And we can make a mana spreader. Now, I'm going to make 2 of these. There we go. Now, when we're going to set up the mana production, probably over here. So, what we can do is right here, put this guy. And put mana spread pools like either side. And we can also get ourselves... Well, we need to make ourselves a functional flower now. So if we look at Botania, the simple flower I like to start with is a Ender Bloom. I think it's called Ender Bloom. Oh no, it's called Endo Flame. Now an Endo Flame requires 2 brown, a red, and a light grey. So if we grab ourselves a red flower, a couple of these, let's go with 32. 32 of them. And we then get ourselves some brown flowers. And we grab ourselves a stack of these. Close enough to a stack. And we also get our light grey. It's light grey, right? That's mystical grey. Where's light grey? Oh, these are light grey. Never mind. Alright, there we go. So, if we grab ourselves a bucket and some seeds, what I want to do is grab a bucket of water, put it inside. So, 2 brown, a grey, and a red. Makes an Endo Flame. So then what I want to do is I want to put... turn off my magnet. Throw the seeds on top. So the seeds sit there. Move these out of my inventory. And then just sit here and just right click and just make a bunch of them. And that's all the Endo Flames we can make. So I've made 28 of them, which is actually a lot for what we need. But another thing we want to make is a dropper. So we need what is called a open crate. Or not at open, but we need an open crate, which is from Botania. We need to grab up our living rock and living wood. And our living wood can be turned into planks. So if I just turn a bit of it into that. Now using this, we want to make an open crate. I can actually make 2 of them. We need a hopper. And an ender chest. So I need to make 1 ender chest. And I want to make it all black. There we go. So if I grab myself some ink, should be able to turn all of this black. There we go. So in here, all black. I'll have to make a second one all black now as well. But what we can do is in the wall right here, if we come back a bit, I probably should have made this room a little bigger. But right here, if we just dig back this wall, this should be enough. We can build around it soon. But what we can do is grab ourselves some grass. And just replace the floor here. Alright, with the grass removed, what we can do then is put 4 Endo Flames either side. We can actually do a maximum of 6 before. So if we put like 6 of them there and 6 either side. And a cool thing that was actually nice, what looks nice anyway, is if we grab another Petal Apothecary. We just grab a bunch of them. We can actually put a Petal Apothecary on either side of this. Grab ourselves our mana spreaders. And if we fly up, put our mana spreaders, I hate when it does that, but put our mana spreaders on top. One thing we actually forgot to make is a wand. I don't actually have a wand. So I need to make myself 2 sticks. Actually, I need 3 sticks. And we need to grab ourselves some petals. So if we look at flower, I want to grab a magenta and a light blue. Or probably just, yeah, regular dark blue. So with them, if we look at petal, we can actually design our own wand, which I like. So we can have either purple on the top, or we can have blue on the top. I think purple on the top is actually the best. So there we go. Just put everything else we don't need away. So now we can link these mana spreaders to this mana splitter. And we can link each one of these endo flames to a certain mana spreader. So if I just link them all to this one, and then all of these ones to this one, just like that. So now if you hover over it, you can see that the actual splitter has been highlighted, and when you hover over each one, it says yes to a spreader, and you can see that the spreader highlights when it is detected. So now what we need to do is come down here and grab ourselves a pressure plate and a redstone transmitter and receiver. So we need a redstone receiver. Okay, we need a couple of these. No problem. Redstone receiver and a transmitter. So what I also need then is a pressure plate, which is just from any log. Jakara. No, where's Spruce? Sorry, I'm obsessed with Spruce. There we go. So a couple of spruce pressure plates. I only need a maximum of 4. But down here, if we grab ourselves a transmitter, put it that way so you can see the redstone signal. I think I actually have to put it down the way. So you can see the arrow. So redstone will come down into here. And if we right click our receiver on the transmitter, you can see it's now called channel 1. And you hold shift, it says what channel it is. So now what we can do is grab back our grass and put a pressure plate on top. And then what will happen is when items land on this pressure plate, it will send a redstone signal through the transmitter into the receiver. And if we grab ourselves an open crate, which I'm going to put like right here. And then I need to put an ender chest on top. Well, first a hopper and then an ender chest. So hopper. And from this hopper then, we need to send a redstone signal into it. So if I come over this side and tell it to input redstone signal this way, grab ourselves our ender chest. There we go. And then put the ender chest on top. So what will happen is redstone is going to send a signal to this hopper, which will then in turn stop this thing from dumping coal on top of this pressure plate. So I just need a bit more stone just to fill them back in here. And I could actually refill this entire thing, but I think it's actually fine the way it is. So now all we have to do is go into our house and come down to our basement. And you can see we have ender chests set up here already. So if we just grab ourselves another ender chest. Actually, we need an ender. Oh, I have enders? We are. Okay, that's no problem. Just grab some more blaze powder. I have ender. Just make a few of these. Makes a ender bag. Just make a bunch of these. Oops, I can make these basic belts. Anyway, so now we actually need to make. Do we have it? Yeah, we should be able to make this. Okay, no, we're out of wool. Do I have any wool? I have 1 red wool. That's fine. There we go. Just grab ourselves some black flowers. We don't have anything that. Oh, we have black dye. Okay. So put this here and dye this all black. And I've added a trash can because we were getting so full of mana bottles. It was actually ridiculous. But now we grab ourselves an exporter. Like this. Now, what we need is a crafting thing. So if we look up craft, we have iron crafters and everything else. But we just need a simple crafter. We don't need anything special. So there we go. And what we can do is put a crafter right here. We also need a pattern grid. So pattern grid, we need a grid. And we need a construction core. And a deconstruction core. Now, we also need a pattern, which are simple to make. I'll just make a few of them because I'll need them. So I'll hold on to them. And we just make our grid. and then make a pattern grid. There we go. So if we come back upstairs, because I want to put this up here, put our pattern grid on top, and now inside we can then grab our coal and then make a pattern to craft coal blocks. So if we come back downstairs now, over to the crafter, we can put our crafting of coal blocks in here, and if we grab our exporter, put this on top, and grab ourselves a crafting upgrade, which is this guy. We need 2 crafting tables. So a crafting upgrade, and we grab some coal blocks. We can then tell it to craft a coal block if there is none. So what will happen is coal is now going to fill this crate, or that ender chest. And if we come back over to our Botania area, we can see that coal is now being dumped down onto this pressure plate. And the hopper is being filled with coal. And so is this ender chest. But because the ender chest gets is filling with coal, like that, but because the hopper is getting a redstone signal from this pressure plate, it stops the hopper from exporting more more coal blocks. And in turn, this now is filling these mana pools, which we can actually probably make a bit more. Just need 2 more mana pools, yes. So we can put this here and that here. So this is either going to fill these, and now we can put another 3 around it, so here, here, and here. So let's do that. And like that, we have a full automated mana setup. So one thing I want to do before we end is, if we go to Botania, is I want to see if we can make this terrasteel agglomeration plate, I think it's called, which will basically turn terrasteel, well, we'd be able to make a terrestrial agglomeration plate, which requires these different runes. Actually, will we have time for this? Yeah, we will. Alright, let's see if we can make each one of these runes. And we need a block of mana steel. But because if we go back to Botania, we have these blacker lotuses. But if we just grab 2 stacks of these, we can come up here and drop half a stack into these mana pools, which will then, oh my god, that is loud. I might have to turn this down in editing. But they will help fill the mana pools. It actually didn't produce as much as I was thinking. I think only the blacker lotuses do it. Yeah, you can see how much this is filling up. So we might be actually able to make a terrasteel today with this much. Yeah, look. To make terrasteel, it requires half a mana pool. And that's why I wanted the mana beast set up. And if I can get a full apiary full of them, then making these blacker lotuses will not be a problem. But anyway, we need a block of terrasteel, or not terrasteel, mana steel. For a rune of fire, we're going to need mana powder, mana steel. So mana steel, gunpowder, nether wart. We're going to need a nether brick. So if we grab some nether rack and smelt a bit of it, and just because it is super fast smelting. Also, our system is nearly full again, all because of the cobblestone we've been mining out in the mining dimension. So I need to actually upgrade this storage, which I have been trying to. If you look at refined storage, I have been making hundreds of these storage parts. And if we look at extra discs, I have managed to make a 100k piece, which is like, I'm not sure how much storage is. No, I made this part, the 1600k, which is like 16 million. I don't know how much storage that is, but I want to make an infinite storage drive, which is this guy right here, infinite storage part. And it's not actually as bad as you think. I just need a ton of these storage parts. And we're already at the 16 one, so I just need to make a bunch more. But anyway, so now we have nether rack, or nether brick. Put that away, and now we just need some glowstone, 1 piece. Come back out here, and drop this glowstone into the mana pool. Boom. Makes a mana dust. And the other thing we now need to make, to actually make this thing, is, if we click on this, we need this guy here, a runic altar, which requires a mana diamond or a mana pearl. We just grab ourselves a diamond, throw it in there, makes a mana diamond, and now we just make a runic altar, which we can put on top of this guy, and link the mana pool, or just, I like what to do is just grab one of each of the spreaders, aim it at it, And now all we have to do is just drop one of all these items on it. And as you can see, the mana is going to fill up really quick. And we just need some rock. We're out of living rock. So I have one. Alright, put that on. Right click. Makes a fire rune. So now I need more stone. So we'll just surround this thing with stone now. Alright, we've got 32 living rock now. So if we look at the rune of air, and I like do that, and now we can actually take all of it out. So, is that everything? No, one more piece, which is a mana dust, or mana powder. And we just drop our living rock on top, wait for this to be filled, and then we can create our rune of air. There we go. And now the next one is a rune of mana, which is, what's that, 5 mana steel. I don't have enough mana steel. A mana steel is just iron in a mana pool. So just dump that in. No, finish. There we go. And how much is on this? Oh, there's already enough on it. Perfect. Just put a pearl, and off it goes. So the next one we need is a rune of earth, which we might actually have everything for it already. So rune of earth. Yep, we do. Just take everything off. This guy is done. So we need stone. And that. Oh, what else does it need? Mana steel, mana powder, and a mushroom. Did I already put mushrooms? I did. Okay, so mana steel and mana powder. There we go. And the last one we need is a rune of water, which requires bone meal, sugarcane, and a fishing rod. I don't know if I actually have any sugarcane, because everything is still grown over there. Nope, I don't have any sugarcane, so let's go rob a sugarcane. This sugarcane has also reached max build height. I just went over there and grabbed some, because I don't want to chop this down yet. I want to chop this down at the start of next episode. This has reached build height, which is actually insane. It's only taken like 20 or 19 episodes to grow fully, but here we are. But anyway, now that we have sugarcane, all we need now is our bone meal. There we go. And if we come over here, drop our stone, make a rune, the bone meal, fishing, sugarcane, fishing rod. I think it was just a mana pearl, no, mana dust, and a mana steel. And just one living rock. And boom. There we go. Now we've got all our runes. And what we can do is make our agglomeration place. If we look up at back of Botania. And make this guy. Where is it? There it is. Terrasteel agglomeration place. So what we need is living rock and lapis. If we grab ourselves some lapis. I think we need 5 blocks of this. Or is it 4? I can't remember the actual layout of this. But if we, right here, right in the corner, if we put it right here. Right here should do. I think it is just 4 and then 5 of this. We'll know if it works when we put down our stuff on it. I think this is correct. We could look at the Botania to check out. I don't actually have one. I'll just make one. So Botania, go in here, look at terrasteel and the layout. Yeah, we're right. Alright, so now, last thing we need is a spark. And this is the last thing we'll do. I need a few sparks. 5 sparks should do. So we need to put a spark on top of each mana pool. Like that, and then one on top of this. So now if we link each one. Actually, can I link each one to this guy? He's going to that. He's going to them. And he's going to them. Alright, it should work. So what we can do then is grab ourselves, if we look up mana. There we go. So 1 mana pearl, diamond, and that. And this, as you can see, it is draining the mana pools really quick. 2 of them have already been like completely half drained, because it takes half a mana pool to create 1 terrasteel. And now because we have terrasteel, we can now set up botany pots. So if we look at terrasteel nuggets, we can now make hopping botany pots, which will be really handy in the coming future. So I'm going to end it there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget that like button if you did, and subscribe if you're new. And I do stream all the Mod 6 over on Twitch as well, so why not check that out? Link is down in the description. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed.